Presentation I used to make for the Smart Santander. So Smart Santander is a city in Spain. Okay, what is smart city? It's several smart things: economy, mobility, and for sure, if you want to sense the infrastructures, the difficulty is also the density, in particular with the city. So the idea, and also what is today explore in many contexts, is to have a mix between some static sensor, but also to do mobile sensor. For instance, in Santander, they have equipped the taxi fleet. For instance, it's very easy for taxi to put, for the city taxi to put a sensor there. So that add also a lot of value. And then what is also very important is to add the participatory sensing, which is also very fashionable. Also, people like also to get some application with the crowdsourcing. That means you can have 1,000 of people. In Darmstadt, for instance, they have a lot of people agree to have their mobile phone as a sensor. If everybody is doing it, that can help. In Italy, for instance, they in a completely in an anonymous way, they know when you are in your car, you have your phone which is open. So they can, because they see that the people are moving, so they can detect. If you just look anonymously about the position of the mobile phone moving at this speed, you are pretty sure this is people in the car. And then they can have some statistic about traffic management, because they know that suddenly you have 2,000 people are moving this way. That means that there is a people in the car. So I think what is today done is multimodal sensing. The Santander project itself is it's 6 million funding from EU, and it's not only in the Santander city. There are other cities involved also in the project, and the objective is to deploy up to 20,000 devices in the city. What is very unique, and that is for me, it's a good models, is, as I already mentioned, is a duality. That means it's not only a typical, let's say, network of IoTs for the services, because if you do that, you cannot experiment and play with that. So you have two, you deploy an experimental facility for experimentation, and even they have the protocol over the air. That means that if you want to scratch completely the protocols, if you want to scratch, you can really over the years change the firmware of 20,000 objects to play with another thing, which is very important. So you have that for deployment, and obviously the city council of Santander say, okay, I agree that you put that in my city, but I want to have some services. It's not I want to push for the innovation, for the research, but also I want solid applications. So that is very important. And then the stakeholders, and what is the people that can benefit from that is industry, and in particular SMEs, is a research center, which is very important, because if you want to innovate, you need still to have the research centers, and also you can have the user and users, and the citizens also are very happy with the city. Okay, this is a platform, maybe not very exciting, but there is some advanced open source, because WiseBase is a previous project. So this project is already the follow-up of 2 or 3 other research projects. And in particular, the WiseBase already define how to, because it's not easy to deploy, if you want to check a new protocol over 20,000 objects, you need to have a control interface, you need to have a lot of facility and software to do that. It is more technique for the testbed issue. They deploy in the street different things. I will show you maybe more photos. In terms of services, they are still quite open. What is for sure is the traffic management, and in particular the parking control, because in the street sometimes they bury IoT into the street, and when the car is on the top, they know the car is there, and they told the people, you will see later in the sign, not to go this way, and then they save a lot of carbon, a lot of also very good. You have also water management, better irrigation also. You have augmented reality, which is on the one hand not a very innovative IoT, but they have deployed easy augmented reality in the cities. That means you took your phone and you place in some spot, and if there is a services in your phone on the top of the image, you have a services. But in doing it, they know what the people are asking for, if they press and so on, and they can have the data in order to have a better management, even to serve better the citizen because of that. So it's also more a tool to get information, to give the information to the citizen, but also to get the information for that. Public street lighting, they have also some using IoT into the street lighting in order to save energy in public street, because there's a lot of energy spent into lighting, and this you can do a lot. And also waste management, but much more can be invented because they have a test bed. The type of IoT, this is small type of object. You see that the one that is buried into the ground, and you see, for instance, when the car is on the top of it. So there are different types. They have already deployed in the city all that. You see, for instance, one, and you see that sometimes they can also easily put on the, because in terms of policy and regulation, it's much easy to also put on any building. I don't think they need complex authorization for that, and that could help quite a lot to do it. And then when, for instance, there is this, they know that in some street, it's sometimes the car park is full. I think they can give, they say the number of car park left, or they can say it's full, and then they don't wait, don't go there because there is not any space enough. For instance, also in France now, there are cities that even in Carrefour, which is a big supermarket, even in the lane now they put that an IoT for every park. So before entering into the lane, you see the green light or red light, you say where there is an empty space, is to give more comfort to that. In terms also of integration, they did also some very good, let's say, study and design to integrate the IoT, because you see here an IoT with antenna, but they succeed to integrate it in terms of not having also a very ugly, let's say, a device, and to have a good integration. You see other things. So that is a very good example of this city, and you can also go to this website, as I told you. We believe that it's a good model. Obviously, can be adapted, but it's a model that both help to provide services and to innovate, and both give to the researcher and SMEs. And we are, for instance, now working in cooperation with Chinese city of Wuxi, and something I discussed many times with Gabriel. I think why not? Because also the test bed can start by 100. We don't need to have, and the cost of maybe the cost of an IoT is one IoT can be 150 euro, two IoT per node can be 300 euro, but multiplied by 100 or 1,000 is it's not very expensive, I think. So this is the magic of IoT. The technology itself is not a very expensive technology, but for that we have a lot of, let's say, support from the city, and the mayor is very dynamic and they like it, and now today he start to see the benefit of that, and also in terms of helping the SMEs and innovation, this is a very good example. I wanted just to show you that quickly, because we talked about Santander. Just an